Hi, everyone. I'm Ronen, and you are watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hi, I'm Sarah from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm joined by Ronen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be talking to you.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here, and it's just been a really fun year so far, so I'm excited to talk about it.
And you've loved music from a young age. So you started with the drums at 6 years old. So do you have a fondest musical memory?
Oh gosh, there's so many. So the drums were just given to me by my parents when I was a kid because I had ADHD. Well, I still do. And they were like, go get your energy out kind of thing. So then after that, I would say when I got my first guitar was my favorite memory. I was probably 12 and I got a Fender acoustic guitar and it would not stay in tune, but I'm so mad I got rid of it to this day. I wish I had it back, but it's gone now. And then I think my top memory would be in middle school. I was asked to do a Broadway play, and I was a hockey player. So I was like, what? So it kind of in seventh grade was kind of when it kind of pushed me into the music field. And after doing the show, I was like, this is really cool. Like, I dig this. So yeah, that's probably my favorite memory because that's where it all started.
And I was gonna ask about like how you loved music, but then you got into hockey, so you sort of put it aside. So during those hockey days, did you still love music? Like, was it like sort of like a not a deep dark secret, but like, did you like have
So
that?
it's funny you asked that because my high school wasn't like like the high schools you see on TV where it's like the jocks and then the music nerds and then everyone kind of got along. So I never felt like I had to hide it. I will say it was on the back burner for a long time because hockey was everything.
Yeah.
Sports in general were everything to me. But I would say while I was playing hockey in high school too, I was actually in choir as well in music theory at the same time. And then my senior year playoff game, my last playoff game, I actually missed it to be in a music function. So that's how I kind of knew like, uh-oh, it's music. I'm gonna be poor forever, that kind of vibe. So worth it.
I mean, if
Yeah.
it's something you love, I think, yeah, totally.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where passion comes first, money comes later, right? So and if you really are passionate about something, it ends up happening, whether it's exactly what you expected or something different. I never thought I'd be doing the production thing I never thought I'd do it. I started out as an artist and then moved into production because it wasn't going well. And then I moved back into artistry when things started picking up again. So, you never really know where you're going to land, but it's just a kind of a battle.
I know hockey's super expensive. Like my little brother
Yeah.
played. So were your parents more supportive of you becoming a musician rather than a hockey player?
So it's funny because my dad is a doctor,
Mhm.
my mom is a nurse,
Mhm.
my sister is a veterinarian,
Oh
and my
wow.
brother is becoming a lawyer.
Okay.
So I really just went like way out of the whole family, you know. So it's funny because my mom is a huge music fan and she is so stoked still to have me be like doing music because it's not that our family isn't creative because we do have a very creative family like all around. It's just I think she loves that I took the shot at it, you know. And I hate to use the thing where it's like it's what I was meant to do, but it's more so I just don't really like anything else. It's the only thing I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So they're super excited. And you would expect like a dad, to be like, oh well, how are you gonna pay your bills and all that? But it's crazy because he immediately was just like, I love it. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah. So I went to college for 2 years at Berklee College of Music. I think that's kind of what helped him like support it, was that I was going to school for it first. And I only went for 2 years, so that was a bummer for him because then I left and you know, didn't get the degree, whatever, but a degree in music. So yeah, I left and they supported me through the ups, the downs, mostly downs. So I've been in Nashville now for 8 years. I love that question. No one ever asked me that question.
Oh my god, thank you. I
I
love
love that.
asking like non-basic questions.
Yeah, people are always, they always ask the basic stuff, and I'm like, ask me about my family. They're cool people too.
I do my research, so no worries about ever
Yeah,
asking a
I
basic.
love it. I love it.
Thank you. So, I mean, let's talk about Wake Me Up because I think it's such a beautiful track.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It sounds so good with headphones too. Like, did you want that to happen?
Yes,
Okay.
very much so. I needed it to sound very good in headphones. Here's the funny thing about music right now is, as it's cheaper to make music now. Anyone can basically mix in their bedroom, make a track, whatever it may be, which is great. But the problem we're seeing a lot is that things don't sound as good in headphones, and they have like a weird quality to them, or you hear like clicks and pops and you're like, wait a second, is that part of the track? Is that like, nobody knows for sure. But I still run some analog gear, and I still try to make the mix sound bigger in headphones than on speakers, because people are essentially mostly listening on headphones now. How many people have really nice studio monitors? No. They have AirPods.
And this is also your first track without any features. So how are you feeling about that? Was it sort of nerve-wracking to release it?
It was. I have a very self-conscious about my voice and my music for the longest time. And finally, the publisher I'm with now, Demolition Music Publishing and Arts and Crafts in Canada, go Canada, they were kind of the ones who pushed me to release more. So there's a lot more coming. So they had said, you got a great voice. The music's good. People are going to love it. You're singing about things that are important, and it's not just your same old top 40 pop stuff. It's a mixture of all of it. So just release it. And I think I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm just going to release stuff and see if people like it, So it took a while for me to get the guts to release it. I'll say that much. But
I'm so glad you did because it's great.
thank you. That's very sweet. That makes me happy.
No
Yeah,
problem.
it really does.
And like you said before, you also produce and write for others. So what's the difference between like writing and producing for yourself and then for others? Like what are the different hats like you could say?
Oh, for me, it's so much worse to produce for myself. It's
Like
so
hearing
much.
your voice over and over again?
Yeah, I cannot stand it. Because my problem is I'm a perfectionist when it comes to things. Like, other people can kind of let things go, and I'm constantly trying to get the better take or whatnot. And everyone knows there's auto tune now and Melodyne, like all these different ways to tune a vocal, whatever. But it's so hard for me to just be like, all right, let it go, just tune it a little bit, So no, I hate recording myself, and I cannot stand building my own tracks, because in my head I'm like, is this cool, or do I just think it's cool?
Yeah.
And with producing other people, they'll be in the room and they'll be like, that's not cool. And I'll be like, oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Me, I just have to guess.
Yeah, totally. And I can
Yeah.
totally agree with like hearing your voice because I edit these videos and I'm like, oh my God, why do I keep saying yeah after every question?
That's what I'm saying. You know how hard it is for me not to say like as many times as possible right now? Like, I'm holding back so hard. If I pause for a long time, it's because I'm not saying like or yeah.
I totally get that. Oh my God.
I love your nails, by the way, so
Thank
much.
you.
I love that.
Thank you
So
so
fun.
much. Um, and your music has gotten like placements on like Grey's Anatomy, The CW, Young and Restless. So, like, how did that feel? Was it sort of like surreal?
Yeah, it kind of was because it's funny when I heard about the Grey's Anatomy thing, I was super stoked. And they said, yeah, it's one of your tracks with your voice. And I was like, are you sure that it's my voice on there? Because, we had tons of other options. And I was just really surprised. That's kind of what gave me the nudge to like start releasing whatever. Like maybe it's just all in my head. You know what I mean? So it's a really cool feeling to hear your stuff on television, because from a young age, you watch TV. It's like the center of everyone's house. You walk in, there's a TV in the middle of the TV room, whatever. So, you know, when my parents and my family and my friends all send me videos of them watching the show, and then my song is playing back there, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy feeling, I'll be honest.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it definitely is. And like,
Yeah.
what was the submitting process like? Because I know for some people, like, especially for like movies and stuff, like they don't hear back for a while, so they sort of have to put it on the back burner until they call again.
I
So how was that?
think, yeah, with Wake Me Up, I believe my publishing company in Canada sent it out to Grey's Anatomy last year in like October.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it didn't really. Then one day they just heard about it. What was it? It aired in March. So the first week of March, I think they heard about it, or last week of February, because obviously music is the last thing to go in.
Mhm.
Well, one of. And so yeah, they heard about it long after. And I will say, with big TV shows like that and big movies, yeah, there's times you won't even hear from anyone. Even if you didn't get it, like you just won't hear
Yeah.
from them. That's how you know you didn't get it. You wait 5 years, still haven't heard anything,
Oh my God.
probably didn't get it.
Oh wow.
But
So yeah, did you watch all the features that your song was on?
for the most part, sometimes it's hard to keep track, because they'll, not saying that in a bragging way, like, oh, I have so many. No, it's because sometimes they play songs that are like smaller snippets and just the instrumental
Yeah.
in like a 5-second gap or 10 second, you know what I mean? So, and sometimes they don't, at least they used to not let me know, and sometimes just place it. Um, and then you would see later on your statements or what have you, hey, they played in this movie for 5 minutes, or sorry, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or
This is a fun question. If you could play on any planet, which one would it be and why?
any planet.
Yeah.
I love this.
Think, considering you could.
Oh, we can, let's do it. We'll make it happen. Okay, so Pluto's not a planet anymore, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. We've decided that. What's the one closest to Pluto?
No idea.
Right? That's hard. Neptune.
Okay. Is there a reason why?
No, it just never gets any love. Everyone talks about Jupiter, Venus, Mars.
Hmm,
How often do you hear about Neptune?
that's true. And you're not the first artist who said that, actually. I forgot who also said it,
I
but
think it's because it's the only one I can like 100% think of right at the moment. So like I'm making up all these excuses. That's why I play on it. No, I just, Neptune would be oh no, it has tune in the name.
ooh,
Boom. I love
amazing.
it.
Me too. I'm so glad to make that happen. I will get us a rocket ship and we'll go up.
It's easier than you think.
Okay, definitely. And last question, who are your favorite artists at the moment?
Oh gosh. All right. You go first and then I'll go.
Oh my god, okay. So Remy Wolf is
Nice.
just amazing. I think she's so cool, everything that she's doing. I'm sort of like cheating and looking at my wall here, but like
Cheater.
Still Woozy is one of my favorites.
Nice.
I'll give you 5.
Okay. Do it. I want to hear him.
Alexander 23.
You're doing really good.
Thank you. The Aces. And then one more, Madeline the Person.
You have good taste in music, man.
Thank you.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to open my Spotify
Yeah, for sure.
because that's where they're all sitting and waiting to be talked about. Okay. An artist somebody recently showed me, Upsaw.
Oh my god, she's so great. We interviewed her like months ago.
Crazy cool, dude. Oh gosh, love her stuff. Who's another one I've been, this is gonna sound lame because, well, no, it's not. But Halsey, I love Halsey.
She's great.
Love Halsey. Oh gosh, this is a really hard question because I listen to so much music every day.
Right.
I like it's part of my daily routine to keep up with like what's going on.
Oh my god, yeah.
I love fun music, so I am gonna say Dua Lipa
Yeah, totally.
vibes. And okay, this one's gonna blow you away, but
Okay.
I'm a huge Demi Lovato fan.
Oh my god, yeah, totally.
Huge Demi Lovato fan. It's my dream to just have her sing once in my vocal booth, and I will forever be done.
Let's make that happen.
Let's make it happen because you could just tell her, listen, there's this guy, his name's Ronen, and he will quit music if you sing in his vocal booth. So you don't have to hear his stuff anymore.
Oh my god.
And I'll give you one more, going through the hundreds of artists. Oh, that's a good one. The most recent that I've been listening to, and I know his sister's very famous,
Okay.
but I love his music. Phineas.
Oh my god, I love Phineas. You have no idea.
Love his music. I'm blown away that he didn't blow up first, because like I went back and listened to some of the tracks, you know, before Billy came around, and I was like, this stuff is so good, dude.
Yeah, but I think like he wants her to be like the most famous. So I think that's
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things where if I had someone else to make famous, I'd choose them, and I'd be like, go do the interviews and the, you know, in-person meet and greets. I'll just stay here, work on stuff.
I think he's on my wall. You can't see him, but he's down there.
I love his stuff, dude.
Yeah,
What's that that last one he just, maybe the one before it?
he is just incredible. Like his voice, like my dad also loves him. He loves
It's
Break My Heart
beautiful.
Again.
You know why it's so good? It's timeless, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's timeless stuff. Oh, American Cliche.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It was so funky and weird. I love it.
Yeah,
I
and
love
I
it
feel
so
like he
much.
doesn't get enough recognition. Like he works on so many others projects and like
It's crazy. It's outstanding, actually. You know, and Billy and him have very similar vibes. Like his music is dark, ominous, beautiful, lyric, just all over the place. And you can hear, now that I listen to Billy after knowing that he writes, you know, all of it with her, I'm just like, oh, there it is. There's Phineas all over this track. Yeah, I'm very much in love with the stuff he's coming out with. So I've been listening to that, all the nuances, all the production stuff, and you know, it's funny because I listen to a lot of music now for the production, because it's like my main gig at the moment, along with writing. But yeah, it's very exciting.
so I'm gonna add one more question.
Do it.
Who's if it's Phineas, other than Phineas, your decision, who's crazy at production that people need to know of?
Oh gosh. It's pretty Phineas. Um, I'll give you another answer just because.
Okay.
I did the Phineas stuff already. There's so many though. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many producers that I've always been a huge fan of Benny Blanco's work. Because I'm a minimalist when it comes to production. For like pop and stuff. Less is more in my mind. And I feel like Benny is somebody who does that. But don't forget, he did so many albums outside just the top 40 pop stuff, including the Ed Sheeran stuff. And I'd say Benny Blanco, but he's already super famous. So it's like, it's like I'm giving name recognition to a super famous guy who doesn't need it.
Did you hear his new track with Gracie Abrams?
No.
It's so good.
When did it come out?
I think like last month.
I need to get on it.
It's
That's so embarrassing.
Cool. Nope, it's so good.
Yeah, I will go listen to it as soon as we're done. That's great. Yeah, it's funny because I look at the producers as the legends of it now, because before, you look at an artist and you're like, oh, that artist is amazing, what have you. But then a lot of people don't do their due process and like look into how that track came to be. And some of these sessions, like there will be like 15 writers on one song, 3 producers, whatnot. But it's behind the scenes stuff that makes it like come to life. And it's so cool. The process is so cool. If you ever come to Nashville, you'll sit in and we'll do the whole process. It'll be fun.
We'll invite Phineas over and like Billy, everything.
Phineas, Billy, and Benny Blanco. Amazing. And Demi, of course.
Amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this to happen.
Well, thank you so much again. It was so much fun to talk to you.
No, thank you. This was so cool, and you're so cool, and I love this interview, and I was not nervous, which is great.
Amazing.